Fielded in the end zone, it's Kane. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Give to the running back. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time?
Picked off! Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It's a defense that prides themselves on taking the football away. They believe they could impact this game with turnovers, and they get an interception on the opening drive. It wasn't a big return, but that doesn't matter. They stole a possession, and that is huge for their confidence.
And the offense suddenly, with an opportunity it couldn't have expected, with a first and goal after the pick. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Clemson jumps to the line. Motion from the offense. Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
That defensive penalty was just what the doctor ordered for this offense. It's now 2nd and 3. Wide out in motion. Got it back on 2nd and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson. They're on the board first here in the season opener. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
And he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
He'll call for the fair catch here. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Line getting set on 2nd down. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Here comes this home crowd as Clemson defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking for a man. It's Rudolph. Finds his back in the middle. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
You want to talk about aggressive or nuts? This offense is staying on the field inside their own 30. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
On the run, it's Haynes. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next time.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
To the air, it's Gilliam. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Lets it fly. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
It's good. And now the lead's extended a little further. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Both of these defenses a little bend, but not breaking in clutch situations, David.
It's always exciting when you can go for it on fourth down and you know your defense will make a stand. They held them to a field goal, Jesse. It's a pretty good job of that defense.
It is. So if I'm this coaching staff, don't deviate from the game plan here. Go back to doing what you want to do and get established in this game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short.
They're strong and they're scrawl. Defensive tackles, they're scrawl. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now remember, they were stopped on 4th down earlier in the first quarter, but they'll try it again. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They've already failed to convert on 4th down once in the first quarter. Doesn't stop them from trying it here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man and they convert. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
Looking to go up top on first down. Going downfield for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trusting your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. The give and the run on 4th down. And the Tigers get enough for the first down. From that spot on the field, it almost takes the decision out of it. You almost have to go for it.
Well, you think about what punting gives you. Punting, you could end up with 15, 20 yards. That would be awful. So you have to go for it. Put your offense on the field. Listen, this is the situations where you trust your offense. If you want to score a lot of points and you want to listen to analytics, you absolutely go for this.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Oof. That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
To the air, it's Rudolph. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Clemson 10-0.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. He'll set up to throw. Keeps the play going. And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
Auburn trying to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
He'll just keep slinging it. Pocket starts to collapse. He's got it.
Let's not complicate this. My man is better than your man. Find your matchups and go get them.
At the 24. Second down.
After that last completion, it's second down. Looking to throw, it's Rudolph. Fires to the right. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Auburn.
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Miami is just wearing one right now. That defense looks like me when I go to South Beach. Out of shape and badly burned. Hey, who's writing this stuff? They're trailing by 14 to South Carolina. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
At the 35, he's loose. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on is tempo, trying to wear you out, and they slip in the run game and the quick passing game and the running QB and so many things to look at.
With the catch, it's Haynes. Still on his feet at the 45. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Running to the left. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Clemson is quick to the line.
Second down.
Quarterback checking off. Looking downfield, it's Gilliam. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
How many first downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
Leaves it with the back. Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the back. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done, and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're lining up to boot it away.
Set to advance on the football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Looking to move it through the air. Got his man on the right. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Running backs are wide receivers. They do such a great job nowadays out of the backfield. All you got to do, dump it to him. Get it to him quick, and he'll make the rest happen with his running back skills. But they do so much work with wide receivers in practice that they basically have become wide receivers now.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll leave it with him. Gets it out to the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on that one. There's a rich tradition of running the football at Auburn from James Brooks, Joe Cribbs, Bo Jackson, Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown. They love to find a tough running back to feed the rock.
Such great history, such great lineage of ground and pound and great athletes, and it's just a physical mindset of Auburn, and they're always that team that wants to run the football.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to throw, it's Rudolph. Firing to the right, complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide. dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. 3rd and short now from their own 48. They'll try to run for it. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Comes out throwing on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Coleman. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Still looking, on the move. Lets it fly. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now on 2nd and goal. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. The run up the middle, looking for the score. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tiger. Ready to try the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Solid return, decent field position as he goes out of bounds at the 30. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get... And they got him for the sack. Clemson jumps to the line.
2nd down.
To the air, it's Gilliam. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
With the score, Clemson 17, Auburn
14. set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just, you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to throw, it's Gilliam. He's right on target. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Clemson is quick to the line. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, I know this offense came out here in the second half hoping to build on their one-possession lead, but after that incompletion, I think the smart thing is to just kick it away here and let your defense play and try to get it back to you without giving up any points.
This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. That Auburn offense onto the field again. This is a game of swings and momentum and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and he's off to the races. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They had hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Rudolph. Moving away from pressure. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. Going to try to get it himself. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And that's great defense to stop him short of the 1st down. It's so hard with a guy that fast to create the right angles, to make sure I keep the ball inside, and then everybody's got to run to the football. Great job by the defense.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this game.
They love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Quick handoff. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
The offense will stay out there to go for it on fourth down again. They're 3 for 4 so far in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And that one will give them the lead.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Miami is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join Vinny Testaverde and Gino Torretta in the pantheon of greats to play at the U. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to South Carolina. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to throw. It's Gilliam. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On third down, he drops to throw. Pulls it in. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. Fast motion from the offense. He'll come out throwing on first down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part.
Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the tight end.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Now on second down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Wide receiver shows motion. They're going to go right back to him on first down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Auburn 28, Clemson 17.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Back to throw, it's Rudolph. And they get the sack just like that.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. They'll use the jet sweep to try to convert here. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Auburn! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this, this coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Release to the back. This one's complete. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. That's reeled in. It's Hurley. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Now they'll run the draw. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. The Tigers want to move quickly. Back to throw, it's Gilliam. Fires to the right. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play.
42 Spider.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Handoff to the lone back. They make the stop at the 37, but not before. He's got 10 yards and the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
He wants to throw. Makes the grab. It's Thompson. Oh, look out. The ball's free. The defense snatches it, and they're going the other way.
And this is one of those where you go, oof, you start to breathe a little deeper on the sidelines. You felt really, really comfortable having the big lead to +2 possessions in the fourth quarter. But now you gave the ball back. You put yourself in a position where you're going to have to earn it a little bit more now.
Back to throw, it's Gilliam. They're working that left side. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He's going to pass. He rifles one deep to the left. And it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Clemson! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll bring it out. It's Battle. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
The lone back's got it. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
They'll line up for a second down play. Dropping back, it's Rudolph. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. The give and tick, 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 tick. At the 45 on his way. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Keeps the legs moving. At the 20, he's got space. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And the offense is doing probably exactly what you want them to do. What do we need to do? We need to run clock. We got the lead. We're in a good situation to get points. Now, tick, 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 tick. The clock is my friend.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. And this one will be stopped for no gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Just drives it between the uprights. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Liberty is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sparky isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Western Kentucky. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
Kickoff team just about set to go, and that defense is eager to get back out there after the scoop and score. Fielded in the end zone. It's Gibson. He was looking for a lot more on that one. Instead, he's out of bounds at the 14. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Wants to throw on first down. Steps away. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. Looking downfield, it's Gilliam. He's got his man, and he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
How crazy is it that one of the best receivers in all of college football just made his first catch in this big of a game? You've got to give the defense tons of credit. They've had a plan for him. They've limited him, and that's why they're going to win.
Boy, could they use a conversion on third and short from their own 24. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wants to throw on third down. Catch in the middle. It's Haynes. Smashes through the tackle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. The aerial assault continues. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. This time he's got his man. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Trying to find his man on first down. Throws for the tight end. And incomplete on the deep ball. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck it up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
To the air, it's Gilliam. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Fires left. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Second and long here, but objective number one, keep that clock moving. Here's the fly sweep. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Listen, the offense stars those plays where they want to get their playmakers the ball, and the defense understands it as well. I got to know, when that guy comes in motion, he's a legit threat. They did, and you can tell they pulled the trigger and went and made a nice play.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Going for the big play. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And you know what? You kind of deserve that. Late in the game where you could run the clock out, still throwing the football all over the yard. Now this game, it's a long shot. Give him a little bit of hope.
Looking for a man. It's Gilliam. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Quarterback will audible. Going up top on first down. Looking to scramble. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Clemson jumps to the line. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It doesn't get any better from your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be tackled, and that'll bring us to the end of the game. The old